Have you seen the recent controversy over the Mixtape game? I had heard that IGN gave it a 10 out of 10, but apparently that ruffled a lot of feathers. Plus, it got review bombed pretty hard. So I decided to play the game to see what was so bad or good about it. What I experienced was a great story, soundtrack, and visuals, but the gameplay was a little underwhelming. The story follows Stacy Rockford, an audiophile who hopes to be the next big film scorer in her last days of teen life and her hometown. She ends up going on a bunch of trips down memory lane with her two best friends before the big party. The visuals are neat, hopping on the recent trend of giving the background 60 frames per second, but the characters themselves more like a 12 frames per second to give it more of a stop motion-esque look. The art is cartoony and timeless, and it also gives this tone of like a fleeting childhood, showing off the kids' childhood homes with adulthood peeking up from underneath. The hand-picked soundtrack is one of the main points of the game, as Stacy explains the history behind each track and why it's being used in its current moment. It's cheeky, cute, and funny, but the tracks also range from some unheard of gems to some more popular titles. And its story is cute and had me emotional all at the right times, but unfortunately it feels more like a movie than a game at some points. A majority of the gameplay revolves around you in one area, either talking to characters or interacting with items to explore old memories. These trips would result in a mini-game that could range to really fun to just okay. Regardless of it being fun or not, it does convey its point of whatever it's trying to really well, whether this feeling of freedom or this melancholy sadness. Still, I wish it had more mini-games than the few it presented. After closing on its 3 to 4 hour runtime, I wish there was just a little bit more, but the amount of content I had was still nice. If you like short, sweet story experiences that you can beat in a weekend or a long night, then I definitely recommend this game. It's definitely cheaper than a movie ticket and some popcorn, and is definitely worth your time. I give it an 8 out of 10. So the game wasn't too bad, then what was this controversy about? Stay tuned for part 2.